Hey guys, so I've been on my Tumblr. I've been doing the 30-day trans challenge, and right now I'm starting I'm basically doing the same thing, but for YouTube. But I'm gonna try to break it down like per week, so I'm not, just spamming everyone with new videos, which I'm gonna do this week. So I gotta make a video on Thursday just for my transition log. But anyways, I tried to do this yesterday, and the first 7 questions didn't fit into the first video because of this intro thing. So I'm gonna do the first 3 or 4 in this video, and then 5, 6, 7 in the next video. And I just answered 8 on my Tumblr, but I'll leave it for the next one. So yeah. Anyways. Oh, that's awkward. People walking by my door. Yay. I'll let them pass. Alright, sorry. That was awkward. I hate it when people walk by my door. Number 1. When did you first realize that transgender, or the term transgender, referred to you? Well, I first realized that when I first learned the definition of transgender, heard the term, when I was like 13 or 14 and watching some documentary about trans people. But honestly, like, I knew that something was different when I was like really little. I would say like by the time I was like 5, because 5 is when I first like got my hair cut really short and then started dressing like a boy. Yeah, and like when I was like probably ages 6 through 7, I went by Tommy so I could get the boy toy whenever we went to McDonald's. But yeah, so I definitely knew then. But I didn't learn the term until like I was 13 or 14. And of course, like, I was raised Southern Baptist, so I had a lot of internal issues with it. Because I was kind of, I wouldn't say brainwashed, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, and just that community is not very accepting. Yeah, so I had a lot of struggle and internal issues with it. And of course, like, being in middle school and high school, you're not going to come out, especially like where I was. So I didn't come out as anything until college. And then in college, I was like, I'm queer. I like girls. I like some guys. I like genderqueer people too, just all over the spectrum. And then probably when I was like 18 or 19, I started like identifying as genderqueer, and I was like, I mean, I've always been like pretty masculine, but then I started identifying as genderqueer. I'm going a lot further into this than I posted on my Tumblr, I just realized. And then I came out as trans when I was 20, and I came out to like everyone when I was 21. But yeah, that's going off topic. That's a different question. But yeah, I learned when I was 13 or 14. Sorry, I rambled on that one. Number 2, how did you choose your name? And what names were you thinking about using, and why? I chose Jack, because it's very inconspicuous. Because, like, I realized that, like, in the trans community, everyone's noticed that a lot of trans guys are Aiden, Jaden, Caden, whatever. And there's, like, a trend with names. And it's not so much in the trans community. I feel like it's with modern names. And I feel like since we essentially get to choose our names, which is awesome. Like, I don't know. I feel bad for people who get stuck with names they don't like. But anyways, so, like, we get to choose them. And I feel like we go with modern trends when we choose them. And I was like, if I pick some modern name and I'm like 50 and I have the common name for like a, I don't know, 20-year-old, or a 30-year-old, that's gonna be weird. Because, I mean, you don't usually see like 60-year-old women named Brittany, And so I was kind of going with that. Because I don't know, I was very concerned about, like, if I ever chose to be stealth, and then I didn't want things to give me away, like my name. Anyway, so Jack came about when I was playing in this punk band, and I had to come up with a stage name, or I was coming up with a stage name, and I came up with Jack Squawk, so I thought it was funny. Actually, it may have been Jack Shit. I don't remember. And, like, that was my stage name, but at the time, I never really thought of using it as my actual name. And when I first came out, my sister's name is Erin, and I wanted to do something that was kind of Irish as well. So I went with Kaylin, but that's really close to my nephew's name, and it didn't really fit me, and, like, I felt like, especially since I was so, like, I hadn't physically started transitioning yet, like, I was only binding, I wasn't on T or anything, that it was really easy for people to misread me by my name. And then, like, I was out with some friends one night, and I ran in, there was this really cool bartender named Torin, and I really liked the name. So I went with Torin for a while, and I thought that was kind of cool because in Gaelic it means little hills. And I thought that was kind of like, oh, it's like transitioning through these little speed bumps that you have to get through. But, you know, and then it came down to, like, the modern name, inconspicuous name, and I just went back to Jack. Like, it fit me, and I just really liked it. And then I got my middle name, Riley. I was just looking through names that went with Jack, and I thought Riley fit really well. And then I chose Jackson, which is my legal name, because I thought Jack was more of a nickname thing. So I wanted something more formal for my legal name, and I thought about going by John. But my brother-in-law's name is Jonathan, so I was like, maybe not. So I went with Jackson. Yeah. So, number 3. I'm going to do 3 questions this video, because I feel like it's going to run kind of long. Have I ever been outed? Yes. Not recently, but when I first started coming out as trans, I came out to a few friends, like, you know, voluntarily. Came out to the person I was with. Then my parents were coming for my 21st birthday, and the person I was with decided that I had to come out to my parents. And, like, so, like, I was kind of planning on it anyways, but, like, I was really nervous about it, didn't want to do it at my birthday dinner. But the person I was with at the time was like, you know, you knew, you want to say something to your parents, right? And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, so that was really awkward. So I got outed to my family. And I haven't really been outed since then. Like, I guess in undergrad, but I was out in general. But, like, I feel like the person I was with towards the end of undergrad, she would tell people, you know, my boyfriend's trans, blah, blah, blah. And, like, that was really frustrating. Like, I never said anything about it, so it was my fault. But, like, I don't know, it's not cool to out anyone. Like, it doesn't matter if you're their partner or just one of their close friends or a complete stranger. Like, it's the only person who's allowed to out anyone is that person. You know, like, it's just really not cool. But, yeah, no one else has really outed me, I don't think. Because I was pretty out in college. I mean, I spoke on a panel and, like, you know, I was just very vocal about it, especially because I was having issues with school about it. Anyway, so that's enough for this video, and I'll do 4 through 7 on the next one. Yeah.